name's Alison from Silicon Bullet and I am a Xero reseller, and I went to a Xero Refresh conference this week, and say you don't know what you don't know with Xero. And even though I've been using it for years, I learned a couple of new things about using bank rules and also about the cache coding that will make life easier when you are doing your bank reconciliation. So let me show you and share that with you now. So I'm going to share my screen, and here I am. I'm using the demo company for the training. And you can see on here that I'm on my bank reconciliation screen. So for this first step is if I go to the cache coding option, and I can see that a couple of the items, 7-Eleven, Miss Corner Store down here, 7-Eleven down here as well. I always thought that if I wanted to save and reconcile those, that I had to click them on the left-hand side, and then I would click Save and Reconcile. But no, you don't need to do that. If you've got items filled out, Xero is clever enough to know that if you do Save and Reconcile all, it will just do the ones where all the information is filled out. So there's no need to spend time, which is what I used to do, clicking down here on the left-hand side and everything. You can just fill it in. So what's another quick way of getting things filled out on that screen for cache coding? So if we scroll down here, then I have some bank fees here with Ridgeway Bank Corporation. And what I would do in the past would I would come scrolling down, I would double check and I would click OK here. But if you are catching up with a lot of, if you don't bank reconcile very often and you're catching up with a lot, there might be several there for the bank fees, and you don't have to scroll through and click OK on all of them. So I am going to, with this, I am going to set up a bank rule for it. Going to create a bank rule. Now, I used to originally set up bank rolls for everything, and then I found that because I was just going through and reconciling everything manually, that the bank rules didn't have a lot of help for me. But with this new trick, then this will really help save you time. So the first thing is, rather than equals Ridgeway Banking Corporation, as long as Ridgeway is only likely to appear in your bank, I will usually do contains and knock out the extra information and just put as little information as possible, because if the bank slightly changed the way it displays the payee, then it will still catch this up for you. Add to an existing contact, and I am going to just add that into Ridgeway Bank so that it always gets set to that bank. And I'm going to say that this is a bank fee here. I'm going to put this to bank fees, and some people do bank fees to no VAT, some people do them to exempt expenses. So just choose whatever code you would use. And the clever thing here as well is that's going to just put 100% of the cost to bank fees. But if you've got something in here like a phone bill, where you might have a fixed cost that needs to go to one code for your line rental and things like that, but you want your call costs to go to a different code, you can say up here the fixed line items can go to one code in the top box, and then anything remainder, like with a mobile phone bill, you've got your line rental and then you've got your call fees, you could put your call fees to a different code. I am going to use my payee as my reference down here. And again, if you've got several different bank accounts, this is going to, at the moment, just use this bank rule in this particular bank account, but you might want to use it for all bank accounts, because if you use Ridgeway for your savings as well, then you might want to use that for all bank accounts. So I'm now going to save that rule. If I come back to my reconciliation screen now, you will be able to see that it's going to apply that rule. If you have a look and see and you realise that that isn't actually bank fees and you want to do something else, then you can click on Don't Apply the Rule, and that will allow you to change that anyway in the way that you used to. But let's just refresh the screen now. Now, rather than coming down here and clicking OK on here, Let's go and look and see what effects that's had on the cash coding. So now when I come into the cash coding, can you see before I'd already updated everything so nothing was all filled out, but we can now see 31st of October, it's put the bank fees, and 7th of November, it's put the bank fees. So I've not had to click on anything extra. I don't have to tick them on the left-hand side. I can just do save and reconcile now, and that has now reconciled those. So you can see that anything where you're not wanting to upload a bill into the accounts and it's a regular standing order, a direct debit, and normally you would have come to the reconcile screen and you would have entered it in here when it would have flashed up ready for you to just say okay to it. Now instead, take 5 minutes to set up a bank rule and check that's all correct. When you come to your bank rec, before you go through all the things that you need to allocate to invoices, slip over to your cash coding screen and put that in there. Now, if you're you're a Xero user and the cash coding scheme doesn't appear to you, then you need to speak to your subscriber or the person that sets up your user roles, because cash coding option needs to specifically be switched on for people, and that is done by going to the settings and going to the users here, and then making sure that on your users you set that up as an extra user. So I hope you found that useful. If you have, please pop me a follow, send me a little message and tell me that you found that useful. If you want somebody to look at your Xero accounts and just help and handhold you to get to you to help you to use it better, then connect with me, Alison Mead at Silicon Bullet. You can follow my Silicon Bullet YouTube. You can follow me, Allo Ali, on TikTok, or you can just find me, Silicon Bullet Alison Mead, on LinkedIn, and I can do hand holding with you. What we do is record it all in a Teams meeting like this, and then I can send you the video afterwards, and so that you have got that to look at in the future. So that's me, Alison Mead at Silicon Bullet, with another top Xero tip saying goodbye, and I hope you found that useful. See you again soon. Bye.